Mississippi FFA, get on your feet. It's tunnel time! Your state sentinel, Connor Todd. Your state reporter from the Newton County FFA chapter, Drew Stevens. Your state treasurer from the Neshoba County, Neshoba Central FFA chapter, Brody Sanderson. Your state secretary from the Pontotoc Ridge CTC, Shannon Wilson. Your state vice president from the Newton County FFA chapter, Josie Johnson. And your state president from the Neshoba Central FFA chapter, Ashton Luke.
Convention Hall will come to order. We are now holding the 7th and final general session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you. Madam President, the Sentinel.
Stationed for the final time, stationed by the door.
Your duty's there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
For the final time, the reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
For the final time, stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duty's there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Secretary.
For the final time, stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The Advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and tradition. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as a need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. For the final time, Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
I am pleased to announce that at this, the 7th and final general session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention, that there are 357 registered members and guests present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this, the 7th and final general session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention, duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Dreams. Dreams are cherished aspirations, ambitions, or long-term goals. They are a part of who we are. They lead us in the right direction and keep us on track. They inspire us to reach higher than we ever thought we could. My ambitious dreams have given me the drive and determination to keep going, even when times get rough. Once a dream has been achieved, the pride we experience is like no other. Don't be afraid of the size of the dream. Lead with your heart and reach for the stars. Don't settle. You are capable of whatever you set your mind to. Today, I challenge you to spark your own dreams.
Your head chair is someone who always has a loaded tea nearby and never fails to make me smile in any situation. We are blessed to have your co-chair's hair miraculously return before state convention. They both work hard and never fail to put a smile on anybody's face. Mississippi FFA, your head chair, Josie Johnson, and co-chair, Connor Todd.
Josie, what are you doing? Waddle, 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 waddle. Josie, wake up. We got a lot to do today. Bruh. Were you really that tired?
I guess. I was having a really good dream.
Well, we have to host the final session.
Session? What are you talking about?
The final session.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Come on. What were you even dreaming about?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you about it. I dreamt that I was in some sort of organization where everyone wears blue corduroy, loves each other like family.
Jersey.
And we were some sort of officer. During our time in these positions, we got to travel, meet new friends, and make countless memories. I'm so sad it's over.
Well, Josie, guess what? That wasn't a dream. Look.
Oh, hey!
We are living that dream we've had for all those years.
You're right. I can't believe we're here at the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention. Oh, session. You're right. We've got a session to host.
Yes, we do. Let's get started. In this session, we will hear comments from our national officer candidate, announce the talent show winners, and the Mississippi Farm Bureau 2024 Advisor of the Year.
We will also recognize our distinguished ag teachers, hear the retiring address of your 2023-2024 State President, Ashton Luke, and we'll be installing our new Senior State Officer team.
Mississippi FFA, let's get ready to spark our dreams.
Becoming a national FFA officer is the highest level of office a member can hold within the National FFA organization. It is an amazing opportunity and an even greater privilege being able to serve nearly 1 million members throughout all 50 states, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. During their year of dedicated service, they provide leadership, personal growth, and career success training through agricultural education. This year, we have the privilege of having a National FFA Officer candidate, Hunter Lee Adkins. Hunter will go through an intense nominating committee process in October and represent Mississippi FFA at National Convention while he vies for national office.
Each year, my grandma plants a huge field of flowers. The exciting thing about these flowers is that none of them are the same. I watch her mend the ground and place each seed in its respecting planting place. Similar to my grandma's flowers, each member within our organization has a specific opportunity or place within the blue jacket. After the growth period is up for my grandma's flowers, we go out to the fields to gather our harvest, picking the best blooms of the field. Being able to watch these huge, diverse fields of flowers grow reminds me of our organization's growth throughout the years and my growth through the experiences National FFA has given me. I hope to one day pave a path for members so that one day they can grow and flourish too, just like my grandma's flower fields. If given the opportunity to serve as a National FFA officer, I will humbly serve with my whole heart and promise to represent Mississippi FFA well. I will make it my mission to serve in local, state, national, and international activities in a way that will inform, motivate, and inspire FFA members, advisors, state staff, teachers, and others to achieve the strategies, core goals, and mission of FFA. I hope to create a lasting impact on others along the way and encourage them to step out of the mold of society so that one day they can chase their dreams, goals, and passions within our organization and out of it. I will serve each member and represent you among government officials and strive to create each moment a time for advocacy for our members and our nation's farmers and ranchers. I hope to create change where change is needed and create new and innovative opportunities that will enhance member involvement, premier leadership, personal growth, and career success in each member's life. I hope to create a home within our organization for each individual and the agricultural industry, no matter their background. For me, my agricultural background is rooted deeply within my family's pine tree, production, and hobby farms. I've been very blessed to see the world of agriculture in many different ways from a very young age. Whether that's going out to the loading ramps when it's time for my family's timber to be harvested, or saddling up my horses. You see, from the age of 7 or 8, I grew a deep desire to become a cowboy. When I was learning how to ride, I remember getting thrown off or falling off time after time. However, I was always reminded to have courage. Courage is being scared to death, but still saddling up anyways. Yes, we as humans may become scared to chase our dreams or step out of our comfort zones, but if given the opportunity to serve as a national FFA officer, I will make it my mission to encourage and uplift members to step out of that comfort zone and to have courage when courage is needed. In hopes in assisting the next generation of farmers and leaders who can and will change the world. Mississippi FFA, it is a privilege to represent you as your national officer candidate.
We would like to congratulate and wish Hunter the best of luck throughout his preparation and during his time in Indianapolis in October. This week, we've seen some amazing talent. We appreciate everyone who participated in this year's talent show and want to say a special thank you to everyone who voted. And without further ado, we would like to recognize this year's talent show winners. In third place, Byron Lopez from Pine Grove FFA. In second place, Lainey and Kaylee Carroll from the Neshoba Central FFA chapter. And in first place, Adam Sable from the Newton County FFA chapter. Congratulations to this year's talent show winners.
Please help us welcome Dr. Keith Coble. Dr. Coble is the Vice President of the Division of Agriculture, Forestry, and Veterinary Medicine at Mississippi State University. Dr. Coble was an active member of FFA and an agriculture education teacher. He has been recognized for his research, teaching, service, and elected to numerous leadership positions. Welcome, Dr. Coble.
It's a pleasure to be here with you today. It is so good to have you in the Humphrey Coliseum. Usually I'm here either for graduation or I'm here for a basketball game, but I am excited for the first time ever to be here with you and to be able to speak to the FFA convention. I want to tell you that I love the theme of the spark that you're talking about here. We need a spark in the future of agriculture. We need your talents in ag and forestry. I won't tell you how many decades ago, but decades ago, I was a high school freshman and attended a state FFA convention in another state with the spotlights on and in a basketball arena like this one. And I came home knowing that I wanted to be involved in agriculture more than I ever thought before that. Along the way, I won some awards. Sometimes I came in second. Sometimes I came in last. But the thing that I want you all to remember is that as your ag teachers do, my ag teacher picked me up and helped me to move on and helped me to achieve even more. And now I will tell you, as the Vice President for the Ag Division here at Mississippi State, I use the skills that I learned in the FFA many years ago every day. I also, in a few moments, Mr. Mike McCormick, the President of the Mississippi Farm Bureau, is going to come up here. And we spent the day yesterday in a meeting talking about the future of Mississippi agriculture and forestry. And you came up in that conversation. Where is agriculture and forestry going to go in this state? Well, you're going to be the ones that decide that. But things that we talked about yesterday that I want to share with you. One, the use of artificial intelligence in agriculture. The use of autonomous farm equipment. We talked about entrepreneurship and the next generation of farmers. We talked about the fact that the average age of farmers has gone up in Mississippi. The average age has gone up 4 years in the last 25 years. We need a next generation to be involved both on our farms and in our agribusiness and forestry industry. We know that you are the right stuff. Leadership, in all my years in working here at the university, employers wanted to see leadership in students. The work ethic that you've learned working with your projects and is going to set you apart from the other applicants for the jobs that you apply for. Your experiences are going to put you to the forefront. One of the things that I want to encourage you is to consider the university as your next step to your future. I left that convention decades ago convinced that I was going to go to college and I was going to major in agriculture and I was going to be involved in the future of agriculture and live out the words in the FFA Creed. I want to compliment all of you that have been here, the winners and the losers, because you will gain from all of those events. We applaud you, we congratulate you, and we hope to see you again someday, walking across this stage again as a graduate of Mississippi State. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Coble. Your involvement has been noticed very thankfully. Take this as a token of our appreciation.
Thank you.
Please help me thank Dr. Coble.
Hey, you in the corner shaking in those boots. You know what to do. You got the shaking vibe, but the feel won't do. We always say that we have unspeakable joy.
Today we are honored to be joined by two representatives of the Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation. Mike McCormick and Tori Stroop is an FFA liaison and a regional manager for the Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation, which encompasses 13 counties in North Mississippi. Mike McCormick serves as the 10th president of the Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation. Under Mike's progressive leadership, the 100-year-old organization has expanded its influence on Mississippi public policy by actively engaging with policymakers at every level. He strives to provide a voice for Mississippi agriculture in legislative arenas and serves as a leader in the state's agricultural community on local, state, national, and international levels. Please help me welcome to the stage Tori Stroop and Mike McCormick.
The Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation is our state's largest general farm organization. We proudly represent farmers and rural citizens from all areas of Mississippi, no matter what commodity they produce or how large or small their involvement in agriculture might be. We consider ourselves the voice of agriculture, which is a role we take very seriously. In addition to this role, we are firmly committed to helping ensure a bright future for Mississippi's agricultural industry. We believe a strong partnership with youth organizations like FFA is the perfect starting place to help secure success for Mississippi's agriculture for years to come. With this goal in mind, the Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation's Young Farmers and Ranchers Scholarship Foundation proudly awards scholarships to the state FFA officers after successful completion of their year of service. The 6 state FFA officers, the president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, reporter, and senator, will receive a $1,000 scholarship each. These scholarships are payable to any college or university, both in-state or out, and students do not have to major in agricultural field of study to receive their scholarship. In addition, FFA members who hold more than one state officer position during their tenure will be eligible to receive a scholarship for each officer position that they held. While it's not required for the scholarship, I do want to take time to encourage each of you to look at opportunities for career in agriculture, as well as the excellent programs here at Mississippi State and Alcorn State Universities, our land grants. I would also encourage all of you to keep these scholarships in mind as you consider taking on leadership roles within FFA. I cannot express how important it is to take advantage and engage as leaders as early as possible in your young careers. You're fortunate to be part of an organization as beneficial as this one, and if you truly plug in and participate, your experiences through this organization will serve you well for years to come. I urge each of you to learn more about Farm Bureau and look for ways to be involved in our respective counties. We have a great Young Farmers and Ranchers program that you can be part of starting at 18. YF&R offers several additional scholarships and opportunities for networking and leadership development. Some of you might also be interested in our collegiate discussion meet and our Farm Bureau ambassador competitions. I would love to see all of you in our great organization and promoting agriculture across Mississippi. Thank you for your participation here today and your commitment to FFA. This time, I'm pleased to award the Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation FFA scholarships to the following outgoing officers. Receiving a $1,000 scholarship, your state president, Ashton Luke. Receiving a $1,000 scholarship, your vice president, Josie Johnson. Receiving a $1,000 scholarship, your secretary, Shannon Wilson. And receiving a $1,000 scholarship, your state treasurer, Brody Sanderson. Receiving a $1,000 scholarship, your state reporter, Drew Stevens. And receiving a $1,000 scholarship, your state sentinel. Thank you for allowing me to be here today, and let's give each of these outstanding leaders a round of applause. Congratulations. Once again, Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation is honored to recognize the cornerstone of FFA, the FFA Advisor, with our Farm Bureau FFA Advisor of the Year Award. This award was designed to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of FFA advisors put forth to help grow young agricultural leaders and to sustain FFA as a thriving organization. The FFA Advisor of the Year will receive a check for $500, and the FFA chapter will receive a $2,000 award to help grow that chapter and promote agriculture in their communities. This year's winner continually works to foster the knowledge and wisdom that is the heart of FFA. With 20 years of service as an advisor and an agricultural teacher, this year's recipient continues to lead by example by investing in students and being innovative. This year's recipient was previously recognized by his peers as the North Mississippi Agricultural Teacher of the Year and recently awarded the 2024 Mississippi ACTE Teacher of the Year. Please join me in congratulating Farm Bureau's 2024 FFA Advisor of the Year, Mr. Joshua Davenport of South Panola FFA.
From the 2023-2024 Mississippi FFA State Officer Team, and Mississippi FFA as a whole, we want to thank you both for your unwavering support towards our association. Please accept these as a token of our appreciation.
The 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention is quickly coming to a close. And throughout this week, we have seen all of you find your spark. If it weren't for this next group, our convention wouldn't have been possible. At this time, I'd like to recognize a member of the 91st State Convention Courtesy Corps and their mentors for the week. Please stand at this time to be recognized. Please join me in a round of applause of all those who helped with Courtesy Corps.
At this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Monty Ladner, Mississippi FFA Alumni Coordinator, to the stage for a special presentation.
Thank you. It's great to be back with you during this session. Need to do a little correcting. I am Shelley Pulliam, and I am the new FFA Alumni Executive Director. I am not the FFA Director. And with me is our Alumni Board President, Mr. Lee James. So we are here to present our state officers with their lifetime alumni membership. Brody Sanderson. Drew Stevens. Connor Todd. Shannon Wilson. Ashton Luke. And Josie Johnson. Really looking forward to have them in our past state officer alumni group. Next, we have our alumni scholarship recognition. I apologize for being just a little discombobulated here. The Donald Starnes Mississippi FFA Alumni Association Scholarship was established in 2003 and member of Donald Starnes, who was an active member of the Sturgis FFA Alumni Chapter, an active member of the Mississippi FFA Alumni Association. Even though he was confined to a wheelchair because of a war injury, he worked tirelessly to aid the FFA and the FFA alumni in many various ways. He was often the first there and the last to leave, and he would do any task necessary for the success of an activity. Because of his love of helping FFA members, this scholarship was established to encourage students to pursue careers in agriculture. This scholarship is a one-time award of $500. Our recipient plans to major in the field of agriculture at MSU. He has been active in his FFA chapter, a member of 3 state-winning CDE teams, involved in leadership activities, and served on the Mississippi Agriculture Youth Advisory Council, the Mississippi Junior Cattlemen's Association, and was high individual in the horse evaluation CDE. We are proud to present this year's Donald Starnes Mississippi FFA Alumni and Supporters Association Scholarship to Byron Lopez of the Pine Grove Junior FFA chapter. You can tell by his resume he's going to do great things in agriculture in his future. Okay, so many of you FFA members were given a little card when you got here at the beginning of convention, and we ask you to go around to our vendors and talk with them and get their signatures on that card. After you completed getting your signatures on the card, we asked you to turn that back into our alumni booth. So what we did was the students that completed that task, their names went into a drawing for a scholarship to the summer leadership camp that Mississippi FFA hosts at the FFA Center. This year we have 2 recipients, Cody Bird, is he here? Cody? And Sadie Bird. They are from Neshoba Central. Thank you.
Ms. Pulliam, thank you so much for everything you do for our organization and the members that are in it. We thank you for all your generous support. SAEs are supervised agricultural experiences, which is one part of our 3-circle model. The 3-circle model consists of the classroom, FFA organization, and our SAEs.
There are so many choices when it comes to these experiences. You probably already have one and don't even realize it. Your experience can be leadership or workforce-based. It can be anything from owning livestock to working at a vet clinic or grocery store. Your experience is unique to you. Here are some of our own experiences.
My SAE is in the area of diverse crop production. My family's farming operation has been passed for generations, with my brother and I being the third. We grow cotton, corn, and soybeans. Ever since I was younger, I've rode in the tractor with my daddy. My SAE has shown me how to provide and given me a large responsibility, which has helped pave a path on how I can reach success.
Our FFA advisors have shown us so much love and support throughout the years. The dedication, passion that they put forth in this organization goes to show their support. They make positive changes in students' lives and throw themselves into their work. These advisors have made a notable impact on us as a team this year. Coach Bo, you have made me laugh on countless occasions, whether it was us laughing at COD or us trying to cook eggs at SSC. I appreciate what you have done in my life, and I treasure all of the memories. We have never had a dull moment. From making fun of my brother together to watching you win state championships again, you will always be a special figure in my life and in the lives of so many others. Mississippi FFA, my distinguished ag teacher, Mr. Bo Long.
Miss Bean, thank you for being so welcoming every time I see you, whether it's at competition or on our cruise headed to Mexico. You have always welcomed me with a smile and are always looking for growth possibilities in your students. I admire your ambition to see your students succeed. I am thankful to have you as a part of this organization,
and I look forward to seeing what your chapter will achieve in the future.
Mississippi FFA, my distinguished ag teacher, Miss Kimberly Bean.
Mr. Breedlove, I thank you so much for all the advice you've given me this year. You have always been honest and truthful with me in every piece of advice you've poured into my life. I thank you for treating me like one of your own students and treating me like the choices I make matter. Thank you for everything.
Mississippi FFA, my distinguished ag teacher, Mr. Scott Breedlove.
Dr. Cook, I don't even know where to begin. Whether it was making sure I wasn't having a mental breakdown or just making sure I had whatever I needed, you never hesitated to step in. You've always been one of the first to do anything our team needs, and your hard work has not gone unnoticed. You have cared for me like one of your own since the very first day of state officer interviews, and I will never be able to repay you for your kindness.
Mississippi FFA, my distinguished ag teacher, Dr. Karen Cook.
Mr. Young, my first chapter visit, I was prepared but absolutely filled with nerves. I didn't know what to expect, but from the moment I walked into your classroom, you welcomed me with open arms. You are the definition of hard work and dedication, whether that be in your own life ambitions or inspiring the young leaders that fill your classroom. The kind words and multiple pieces of advice you offered have been so appreciated. You are such a wonderful role model for your students, and I'm so thankful I got the opportunity to meet you.
Mississippi FFA, my distinguished ag teacher, Mr. Kevian Young.
Miss Darden, I met you for the first time at the beginning of my year of service at State Officer Base Camp. You have been nothing short of amazing to me since I met you. When I was overwhelmed and unsure how to tackle every task on my plate, you met me where I was and helped me take on one thing at a time. You have a willingness to help others how you can, and it shows throughout your students. During the year, you encouraged me after every event. You reminded me I was doing my best when I felt like I wasn't doing enough. If I ever had a question, you did your best to answer it. You see potential and push students to grow into the best versions of themselves. I admire how hard you work with your students and how you treat others as your own. Thank you for everything you've done for me and will continue to do for this organization. Mississippi FFA, my distinguished ag teacher, Miss Danielle Darden.
The Lee County FFA chapter in Tupelo, Mississippi assists in making chicken coops in their ag shop. These students go above and beyond to design and make these coops to meet the animals and farmers' specific needs in mind.
Thank you all again for the continued support you show us as state officers throughout our year of service and your overwhelming dedication and love for this organization and its members.
Please help me welcome to the stage Ashley Luke, Addie Bell Knight, and Lee Marlin Burks for a special introduction.
Ashton Luke, my almost name twin. Our relationship has been through so many different dynamics over the years. You've been my cousin, my student, my friend, and now you're basically my little sister. I can't even begin to tell you how incredibly proud I am of you, not only for everything that you've accomplished, but also for the person you've been and continue to be while doing so. You are a true blessing and inspiration to me and so many others simply by being you. I am so thankful to be counted as one of your people and to be able to support you in whatever you do, wherever you go. I love you so very much, And as always, go team.
If y'all have had the privilege to get to know Ashton like I have, then you know she lights up the room with her kindness and compassion upon arrival. Although I feel like I've known Ashton for forever, in reality, I cannot tell y'all the first time I met her. Ashton is always around at different events, and once you meet her, it's hard not to love her and her outlook on life. I've never been to any event that I've not seen Ashton go out of her way to make connections with others. She has a precious soul and a strong relationship with the Lord, and often reminds me of the verse, 1 Peter 3 and 4. It says, "But let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious." Although I'm sad her FFA years are coming to an end, I know that she can and will do anything she puts in her mind in her future endeavors. Ashton is an inspiration to me, and I'm forever grateful to not only have gotten to call her our state president, but also through this organization, a great friend.
Ashton Luke is one of those once-in-a-lifetime people you meet who makes you understand what it means to love selflessly. I was blessed enough to keep that role model in my life and to gain a best friend and Bible study teacher. We have rolled around on the floor laughing, and we've held each other as we've cried, but mostly we've talked. Talked as she gave me advice that would work like a well-engineered blueprint, and talked as she brightened whatever room we were in, even over the phone. Ashton proves every time you're around her that God loves you, because how else in the world would you explain him blessing you with the presence of her? Ephesians 4:32 says, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as Christ, God, forgave you." If I've ever met someone who embodies this verse, it's Ashy Poo. Mississippi FFA, your 2023-2024 State President, Ashton Luke.
She don't see her perfect, she don't understand she's worth it. All that beauty goes deeper than the surface. Oh, so to all the girls that's hurting, let me be your mirror, help you see a little bit clearer, the light that shines within. There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are, and you don't have to change a thing, the world could change its heart. No scars, see you're beautiful, we're stars and we're beautiful.
I just want y'all to know I worked long and hard on this. I had to make sure I got every detail just right. Check it out.
We can't see it.
Wait, what? You can't see that? No. Can anybody see it? I guess I might have gotten a little too caught up on all those little details and forgot about the bigger picture. But since that didn't go as planned, let's try something else. Who wants to see a magic trick? If you know me, I'm very awkward and I've never tried magic, but I had an idea and we're gonna give it a shot. So, can I get some help up here? Okay, Lexi is gonna be my helper, y'all. Please pick a card. Show it to the audience. Now put it back. Is this it? Is this it? I know this is it. It is. So that one worked. It was a little cheesy, but it worked. Thank you, Lexi. So I know it was a little cheesy, but just like the cards I dealt Lexi, we're all dealt cards in life. So I'm going to share a few facts with y'all. As most people know, there are 52 cards in a standard deck of playing cards, which means the chances of me pulling out that card was 1 in 52, which is less than 2%. But what is even more improbable is finding two individuals that are the exact same, for it is impossible. Although the cards share similarities, each one is unique with an individual purpose. A card may share a number or a suit with another card, but not a single one will share both. I admire people that don't let the cards they are dealt define them. My mom has always told me to keep Christ first because he has a bigger picture for me. I am constantly reminded of Jeremiah 29:11. It states, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future." There are over 600 people in and out of convention this year, and not a single one of you are the same. We are not the same because the cards we are dealt are vastly different. Be honest. How often do we sit and think about all the events that have led us to where we are today? The answer is not near as often as we should. All the cards we are dealt and trials that are thrown our way make us who we are. We need to enjoy every moment, good and bad. Hold on to the expected and unexpected moments. Throughout my time in FFA, I have been to many things and many events that have created my big picture. So now I want to take the time to reflect on those and show you how my big picture was created. So let's start from the beginning. We're going to wait on my pictures. There they are. That's pretty embarrassing. Talk about a throwback. Hope we've made some progress since then. But in this team, we had just placed at our first Federation contest. My journey began when Joey, a junior chapter officer, came up to me, handed me a manual, showed me the opening and closing parts, and told me to come to tryouts the next day. I attended tryouts and was elected junior chapter treasurer, and this is where my journey began. This one's also very embarrassing, but I had just achieved a goal that I set for myself. I was elected a junior state officer. Now, this one is at my home chapter of Neshoba Central, and I had gotten my first senior chapter officer position. I was serving as vice president. Now, this one is really interesting. We were at summer leadership camp in 2021 and had just finished the week's reflection ceremony. These faces are probably familiar since everyone in it ended up pursuing the dream of running for state office. Now, this one is my senior year when I was serving as chapter president alongside some of the best people. Now, this one, it's an honor I received outside of the FFA, but the character I had built through the FFA was shining beyond my blue jacket. I was elected homecoming queen my senior year. Now, this one, some of my best friends and I had celebrated our climb to the top of the Strail Bells on our trip to Indianapolis, Indiana at National Convention. Now this one, it's a personality picture. This was at state officer interviews last year. We were waiting impatiently and anxiously for our turns. Now, this one is really special to me. If you know me, I took my grades pretty seriously in high school, and I finally achieved the goal I set for myself in 8th grade. I became the class valedictorian, and here I was giving my speech at graduation. And lastly, my team this year. The people that have carried me throughout my year. They reminded me that I was where I was supposed to be, and that his plan is always on time. So those are some pretty special memories, but I left out an important memory that is the key transition color needed to paint my big picture. Now this one, it was a tough card deal to handle, so I'd like all of you to walk back through it with me. Here it goes. Picture this. It is the year 2022, and you're sitting in Lee Hall at Mississippi State University while the Chicago Bulls theme song is playing. It is a feeling like no other. Each member has went through a rigorous process, and we have all worked so hard. In the moment, I just hope I have done enough. I'm with some of my closest friends, hanging on to them for dear life. The nominating committee chair is on the stage about to give the report of the 2022-2023 state officer team. I can feel my heart about to come out of my jacket. The chairman calls out name after name until the team is complete. The 2022-2023 state officer team is on the stage, and I am still in the audience. 2 years ago, this was my picture. Last year, when I had the honor of being elected onto this team, it was not my first time sitting in those state officer candidate chairs. I ran the year before listening for my name, but it was not called. I've never had such conflicting feelings. Again, I had studied hard, had all the qualifications, and had done my absolute best, but my name was not called, and I was left standing. I felt defeated, unworthy, undeserving, and confused. However, I had an amazing support system that guided me through the next year. My best friends and family pushed me forward. I would not be here today without them. And while having the best year of my life, I decided to rerun for state office. I sat in those chairs that some of you are sitting in now, and my dream came true. Now, I didn't share this experience to highlight me getting elected after failing or to boast in any way, but to put emphasis on the fact that God has bigger plans for you than you and I realize. Here I am, having had one of the best experiences of my life, speaking to all of you. Now, where I'm at, we tend to have different things going on, and I'm speaking to all of you. You're gonna have to give me just a second. Also, it's okay to mess up sometimes. But we need to embrace every moment, even the hard ones. We must always strive to reach our goals, but not get lost in them. So now I want to try something. Everybody pull out your phones and turn on the flashlights. Wow, it's getting pretty bright in here. Now, I want everybody, speaking of pictures, try to take a selfie. And slowly the lights go out. See, that's what happens when you try to focus on yourself and all the obstacles thrown into your path. You can never shine your light onto others if you're too caught up in your own goals and aspirations. It's important that we enjoy every moment and be content in our circumstances. We can't ever face our trials head on if we're too caught up in what we have going on. So, we as members may come from different we as FFA members may have different career plans, come from varying socioeconomic backgrounds, and even share a difference in opinion from time to time. But we're all here because we share the passion of FFA. Just like the cards, we wear the same suit to symbolize our unity. And like each card has a different number, we are all here in this world for a unique purpose. So this picture, you couldn't see the one on the front, but the one on the back is a little bit bigger version of Mississippi, and it has many pictures from throughout my year of service. And you're welcome to look at it later if you want to try to find yourself. But I challenge you to always make the most out of the cards you're dealt. Focus on others. Remember that you are one of a kind with a special purpose. Keep him first and paint your big picture.
Always will. No tears wasted. And time will understand. I'm painting beauty with the ashes. Your life is in my hands. So when you're on your knees and answers seem so far away, you're not alone. Stop holding on and just be here. Your world's not falling apart, it's falling into place.
Is there a motion to accept the retiring address of Ashton Luke?
Madam Chairman,
The chair recognizes Faith Anglin from the Mize FFA chapter.
I make a motion to accept the retiring address of the Mississippi FFA State President, Ashton Luke.
Is there a second?
Madam Chairman,
The chair recognizes Hunter Smith from the Lawrence County FFA chapter.
I second the motion to accept the 2023-2024 State President Ashton Luke.
All those in favor of accepting the retiring address of your 2023-2024 State President Ashton Luke, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion passes. Ashton, where do we even begin? Whether we were traveling, practicing, or simply eating dinner, you always know how to put a smile on everyone's face. You keep us in line and always push us to be the best we can be. I'm so grateful and blessed to have had this opportunity, and I'm so very proud of you. From all of us, thank you for you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for always looking down when we were in a plane and pointing out the broccoli trees. You're welcome. Love Shannon, Connor, Brody, Drew, and Josie. Mississippi FFA, for the final time, your 2023-2024 State President, Ashton Luke.
Just be here. Just be here. Just be here. Lift your hands, lift your eyes. In the storm is where you'll find.
Mom and Dad, I'm beyond blessed to be able to call you my parents. I'm truly grateful for the both of you. Mama, we may butt heads a lot, but I know you only ask me a million questions and look at every detail because you want everything to be perfect for me. You've always been there to discuss the not-so-easy topics, drive me to all the different events, and even remind me that I can't be in two places at one time. Thank you for being my biggest fan, wanting what's best for me, and doing whatever in your power to make that so. Daddy, thank you for being my shoulder to lean on. You're the only person that understands that sometimes I just need to sit with you in silence. But if I need to talk, you'll listen. You've let me tag along beside you in everything from racing cars to baling hay, and I'm so thankful for every memory and piece of advice you have given me. Thank you for coming to every event you can, even all the girly ones. Most importantly, thank y'all for reminding me to keep God first and making me the person I am today. All done.
Okay, somebody was supposed to fix that, Hunter. Mississippi FFA, my parents, Lisa and Donnie Luke.
Mr. Huffman, where do I even start? When I first joined the FFA organization in 7th grade, I was very quiet, shy, and soft-spoken. However, you didn't turn me away or suggest I participate in a non-speaking contest. Instead, you saw an opportunity for growth. You put me in the opening and closing contest and took the time to enhance my strengths as well as improve my weaknesses. Although you prepared me for contest after contest, you didn't just want me to win. You wanted me to learn and be the best version of myself that I could be. You supported me daily in and outside the FFA, helping me accomplish every goal on my horizon. I will cherish every piece of advice and second of time that you have poured into me. I wouldn't be where I am today without you. Of course, I'll hold on to our many memories together, from adventurous trips to late night practices to remembering to scream but not scream. But most importantly, I'll forever cherish the opportunity I was given to have you as an advisor. Thank you.
Mississippi FFA, my advisor, Mr. Derek Huffman.
Come to me, find your rest in the arms of the God who won't let go. So when you're on your knees and answer seems so far away, you're not alone. Stop holding on and just be held. Your world's not falling apart, it's falling into place. I'm on the throne, stop holding on and just be held. Just be held. Just be held.
Now this is a fire.
We're not gonna freeze tonight.
Can I please get my beauty sleep now?
Absolutely not. Give me this.
Guys, it's more time. Here you go.
Thank you. I'm sorry for being ugly earlier. But we got all our snacks. Everyone is here. We're almost done hosting the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention. So I think it's officially story time.
I've got one. Once upon a time, a team of 6 passionate members were elected as the 2024-2025 Mississippi FFA State Officer Team.
I think I got one just a little bit more exciting.
In Mississippi, as state officers, we serve over 4,000 members. We have the opportunities to facilitate events such as chapter visits and leadership conferences.
As state officers, we have the opportunity to make impactful decisions within our organization, inspire our future young leaders, and advocate for the world of agriculture as a whole.
As a state officer, we get the opportunity to network with many individuals such as other state and national officers, industry professionals, advisors, and even government officials to express the importance of agriculture.
As a state officer, you are given the chance to make many lifelong connections with friends and other state officers around the nation. These friendships will go with you for the rest of your life, and you will cherish them as long as you can remember.
As Mississippi State officers, we are given the opportunity to travel over 15,000 miles. This includes chapter visits, leadership conferences, and industry visits.
The Mississippi FFA State Officers are the leaders of our association. As a state officer, you hold a valuable role in directing the future of our association for upcoming generations. State officers embark on a journey of growth, leadership, and service. A state officer's year of service consists of many challenges and tiresome days, but it is an unforgettable experience that comes with endless memories that are like no other.
Becoming a state officer is a great honor that requires adequate preparation, since state office is a position of service that requires diligence, dedication, and commitment to this organization. Each year, Mississippi elects a team of diverse individuals that possess the qualifications necessary to serve our members. Throughout a state officer's year of service, they are obligated to provide enriching experiences that continue creating a strong future for our organization.
The nominating committee is a group of young leaders who are in charge of electing the next special group of members that will serve this association. They spend many hours interviewing and deliberating and work as a team to determine our state officers for the upcoming year.
From the Alcorn Central and Technical Center FFA chapter, Jaden Hodge. From the Lafette FFA chapter, Maggie Claire Scott. From the Mantachie FFA chapter, Addie Bell Knight. From the Pelahatchie FFA chapter, Ainsley Cooper. From the Wayne County FFA chapter, Caden Palmer. And the chairman of your nominating committee, from Neshoba Central, Madison Paget. and Madison Purvis. From the Northeast Jones FFA chapter, Jack Buckhaltz. From the Wayne County FFA chapter, Abigail Lambeth. And the adult consultants, your coordinator, Miss Jessica Schaub. From Mississippi State University, Dr. O.P. McCubbins. From the Mississippi Department of Agriculture and Commerce, Miss Peyton Pierce. And your past state officer, Miss Kaylin Smith. Join us in thanking the 2024 nominating committee for all of their hard work in interviewing and selecting your 2024-2025 state officer teams.
The Houston FFA chapter in Houston, Mississippi assists in putting on Frankie's Fall Fun Day. Frankie's Fall Fun Day is an event designed to provide fun for special needs students in the area. Their chapter worked to help provide food and prizes for the event.
At this time, we will begin the final delegate business session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention. Please welcome to the stage the Delegate Chair Lee Marlin Burks from the Newton County FFA Chapter to give the Constitutional Amendment Delegate part.
Whereas the Mississippi FFA Constitution was outdated on FFA degree information, whereas the Mississippi FFA Constitution needed clarification for a year in which an FFA member could apply for a state degree, whereas there is a need to establish a deadline for all award applications, whereas there is no state staff, there is no leadership for the FFA, whereas it is commonly understood that a student should not serve as an FFA state officer prior to their senior year in high school, whereas it is commonly known that an MS-FFA state staff and MSAAE president selects the adult consultants for the nominating committee, whereas the need for an additional executive committee member has not been utilized in previous years, whereas there is a need for formatting and grammatical updates to be made to the Constitution, whereas there is a need to provide equity to the state officer applicants, whereas there is no longer a summer ag teacher conference, whereas there is a need to provide class rosters and chapter constitutions to the FFA state office. Therefore, be it resolved that the Constitution be updated to match the current national FFA degrees. Therefore, be it resolved that the MS FFA State Convention Constitution require a member to be an 11th or 12th grade member before applying for their state degree. Therefore, be it resolved that all FFA award applications and state officer applications be due on March 15th of that calendar year. Therefore, be it resolved that in the absence of state FFA staff, the acting president of Mississippi Association of Agricultural Educators will step up to serve as the state officer coordinator until the Mississippi Department of Education were to name new state staff. Therefore, be it resolved that the Mississippi FFA state constitution reflects this. Therefore, be it resolved that the Mississippi FFA state constitution reflects this. Okay. Therefore, be it resolved that the Constitution reflects this change. Therefore, be it resolved that the District Nominating Committee be dissolved. Therefore, be it resolved that MSAAE elect one FFA chapter advisor per supervisory district during the MSAAE meeting at the State Convention. Therefore, be it resolved that the Constitution reflects this change. Therefore, be it resolved these changes take place. Respectfully submitted, Lee Marlin Burks from the Newton County FFA chapter.
Will the chairman of the nominating committee join me on stage and read the report?
This year, there were so many great senior state officer candidates. We, as your nominating committee, had a very hard decision to make. It was such a hard decision that we decided that this year, the nominating committee will be serving as your 2024-2025 senior state officer team. Okay, just kidding.
Good afternoon. We're your nominating committee chairs. I am Jack Buckhaltz, and this is Maggie Scott. Before we begin, I would like to commend each candidate on their completion of the nominating committee process. This was an intense and rigorous process, and each of you should be proud of yourself. This decision was not an easy one, because each of you are exceptional. Additionally, we would like to extend a huge thank you to the industry professionals that gave guidance and assisted our committee. Each of them volunteered their personal time, including a weekend, in order to help further the goals of our organization. Ms. Kayla McMullen with Energy, Peyton Pierce with the Mississippi Department of Ag and Commerce, Dr. O.P. McCubbins with Mississippi State University, and our non-com coordinator, Ms. Jessica Schau, Mississippi Department of Ag and Commerce.
Finally, I want to thank each FFA member that served on our committee. Each student dedicated lots of personal time, including a weekend, in order to diligently select the next leaders of our organization. Please stand when your name is called. Co-chairman Maggie Scott from the Lafayette FFA chapter. Co-chairman Jack Buckholtz from the Northeast Jones FFA chapter. Co-chairman Abigail Lambeth from the Wayne County FFA chapter. Co-chairman Madison Padgett from the Neshoba Central FFA chapter. Jaden Podge from the Alcorn CTC FFA chapter. Madison Purvis from the Neshoba Central FFA chapter. Addie Bell Knight from the Manchachi FFA chapter. Kate Palmer from the Wayne County FFA chapter. And Ainsley Cooper from the Pelahatchie FFA chapter.
Mississippi FFA, are you ready to hear your 2024-2025 state officer team? Your 2024-2025 state advisor is Miss Abigail Dugas.
Your 2024-2025 state sentinel is Elena Whitehead from the Nanawaya FFA chapter.
Your 2024-2025 state reporter is Ella Mills from the Kossuth FFA chapter.
Your 2024-2025 state treasurer is Jay Spann from the Brandon FFA chapter.
Your 2024-2025 state secretary is Byron Lopez from the Pine Grove FFA chapter.
Your 2024-2025 state vice president is Grayson Foster from the West Jones FFA chapter.
And finally, your 2024-2025 state president is Miss Lainey Dodson from the Nettleton FFA chapter.
for any nominations for state officer positions in addition to those names submitted by the nominating committee. According to the state constitution, any nominations of candidates from the floor must meet the requirements of having been through the nominating committee process. Are there any nominations? Are there any nominations? Are there any nominations? Nominations are closed. Is there a motion to accept the nominating committee's report as read? The chair recognizes Lainey Carroll. Kaylee Carroll.
I move to accept the nominating committee report as read.
Thank you. There is an implied second. The motion to accept this report has been properly made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, like sign. Motion passes. I am pleased to introduce to you your 2024-2025 state officer team.
In the corner shaking in those boots. You know it.
SAEs are supervised agricultural experiences, which is one part of our three-circle model. The three-circle model consists of the classroom, FFA organization, and our SAEs.
There are so many choices when it comes to these experiences. You probably already have one and don't even realize it. Your experience can be leadership or workforce-based. It can be anything from owning livestock to working at a vet clinic or grocery store. Your experience is unique to you. Here are some of our own experiences.
My SAEs are in the area of equine science and agricultural mechanics, design, and fabrication. My equine science SAE consists of training, breeding, and competing in professional rodeos on American quarter horses. I'm responsible for organizing a plan and end goal for each equine and cater to their specific needs. I'm involved in giving riding lessons as well. My agricultural mechanics design and fabrication SAE consists of running my welding business where I construct and sell Western metal decor as well as take on small jobs on farms repairing equipment. My main material incorporated in my decor is used horseshoes recycled from farriers around my area. Through each of these, I have learned responsibility, dedication, and patience. I have gained an abundance of knowledge and skills that I will cherish throughout my future careers and involvement within agriculture.
As president-elect, you have been selected by our fellow members to be the leader of our association for the coming year. You are therefore responsible for guiding our association in all of its worthy undertakings. May you work intelligently and seriously to fulfill the responsibilities of your office.
As Vice President-elect, your record of accomplishments indicates you have those qualities of leadership which we should all possess. You are to assist the President in maintaining this order of this association, preside over meetings in her absence, and keep all committees working effectively.
As Secretary-elect, you have been chosen to keep accurate minutes of our meetings and carry on the association correspondence. You should provide the association with the order of business and committee assignments for each meeting. You will also keep a list of members, a record of degrees awarded, and have custody of the Constitution and bylaws.
As treasurer-elect, you have been placed in a position of trust. Your duties require you to keep an accurate record of receipts and disbursements and to provide regular financial reports. It is also your responsibility to assist in developing the new association budget and maintaining sound financial practices.
As reporter-elect, your duty is to inform the public about the FFA. You are expected to work closely with all news media, including state and national FFA publications. You should keep a record of photographs and articles published concerning the FFA and its members, and be responsible for compiling our FFA history.
As Sentinel-elect, your duties include welcoming our friends, caring for the meeting room and FFA equipment, and providing for the comfort of our members and guests. It is also your duty to assist in conducting meetings and ceremonies.
I now declare each of you properly and duly installed in the respective
respective office to which you are elected. May your year of service be marked by integrity, dedication, and a cooperative spirit. Seek harmony among your fellow officers and set high standards of membership for all leaders.
The Oxford FFA chapter, located in Oxford, Mississippi, enables their students to spark their facilitation skills by having their agriculture students and FFA members speak to elementary students about agricultural practices.
Hold it all together, everybody needs you strong. Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Hey, the only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I swear I lived. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived.
I turned on the evening news, saw an old man being interviewed, turning 102 today. They asked him what's the secret to life. He looked up from his old pipe, laughed and said, all I can say is, don't blink. Just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25. Then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think, so don't blink. Well, I was glued to my TV when it looked like you looked at me and said, best start putting first things first. 'Cause when your hourglass runs out of sand, you can't flip it over and start again. Take every breath God gives you for what it's worth. And don't blink, just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25. Then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think, so don't blink. I've been trying to slow it down, I've been trying to take it easy, in this here today, gone tomorrow world we're living in.
Mississippi FFA, for the final time, your 2023-2024 state officer team.
Wake up and you're 25, then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think, so don't blink. No, don't blink. Life goes faster than you think.
Mr. Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Madam President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn this session, the final session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.